Nobody wanted them. And so I had to get real creative with that contract with the owner. And they didn't want nothing to do with it because, it's just a huge debt for them that they have to pay. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I get some money out of it, get you about 40 G's. And, if we can do that, will you be fine selling me all of these properties just for the back taxes?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with MJ Mott, who is a real estate entrepreneur. He's got his hand in wholesaling, flipping, repairs, landscaping. We have a lot to talk about. He's really great at seizing opportunities. And yeah, I can't wait to get into it. Thanks for being here, MJ.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thanks for giving the invite.
So, I mean, it seems like you've built such an impressive career and you've touched so many different aspects of the business. Let's start at the beginning. How did you even get involved in real estate to begin with?
Honestly, I started when I was in the military.
Mhm.
They had the VA loan. And
Yeah.
let's go even further back than that. In the military, they pay you allowance for housing. And I said, why am I staying in the rent house when they would pay me for free to buy my own house? And
Mm.
so, yeah, I bought a house. And then from then, you move every 4 years. And so I just bought a new house at every duty station. When you're married, you got two options to use your VA loan. And so between the both of us, we could buy 4 different houses. And so that's kind of where it started at. And once I got out the military, it's like, I think real estate is something we can get into and do very well with because I was already a landlord, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's see what we can do. So,
That's awesome. And were you able, as you acquired more homes, as you were moving around, in different bases, did you keep the other ones and rent them out, or how did that
I
work?
kept all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Until I got back here in Beaumont, because it got to be to where everything was stretched out, and I have this belief that there's no such thing as a good property manager, and so I like to be close to my properties. And so yeah. I had to sell some of them off, and everything I've been buying everything locally here in Beaumont.
That's amazing. I mean, I feel like starting with 4 long-term holds right away, people are wanting to do that throughout their whole career. So I think that that's amazing. That's where you started. So when did you start transitioning to do this full time?
2018, honestly, I was just kind of exploring, seeing what I wanted to do in this world, and wholesaling hit me as like this is you can actually do this, and I'm reading up on it, and I'm like, so this is not that complicated. I was familiar with contracts. I was a financial manager in the Army,
Mm. Oh,
and
wow.
I'm like, yeah, this is kind of simple, we get in there and just get it contracted and sell the contract.
Mhm.
So I did that for a few properties, and then I'm like, what these guys doing, the people I'm selling it to, as far as flipping, this is not that hard.
Yeah.
So I kind of just copied it. In the business world, copying is not bad. So
Mhm.
I did
Totally.
exactly what they were doing, and it worked.
Well, it sounds like you found out something that s- a lot of times takes a lot longer to figure out, where the people doing quote unquote like more than you or what you want to do one day, they're no different than you. What they're doing is not so complicated that you can't learn it.
Right, right.
So
I
I'd
try my
love to
best
hear
to
about
talk
kind
to
of how
people.
you positioned yourself into just getting the education to learn how to do this kind of stuff.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Honestly, YouTube University,
Yeah.
combined with Propelio Academy, actually. It's a free online training. And I mention this to everybody. It's like I took it like a college course. Just because it's free don't mean it doesn't have value. And
Mhm.
and what I learned with that, I kind of took section by section, and then I go back it up with YouTube, see what they have to say about it, and then just go
Mhm.
talk to people, see what their experience was in it. And I try it myself. And
Yeah.
like I said, it wasn't too hard. Once you got a understanding of the concept. Now, getting all the contracts and all that right, it just
Mm.
took a few goes, and it's like, okay, I see how this go. Talking
Yeah.
to the ladies in the title company, they will give you a lot of good information. Like, what do you need from me? And so that helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine so. And you had such a great background where you're already pretty primed to understand a lot of these concepts pretty easily. So talk about how you kind of got into other parts of the industry, like repairs, constructions, all of that.
Okay, so when I did the first flip, I think we bought a property. It was like we just bought it for the back taxes, 8 G's. Put about 30 G's into it, and it was worth about 85. And then I realized you can't sell or you can't put a mortgage on something for 50 G's. All I wanted was 50 G's out of it, and hold on to the property. And that's kind of hard to do, considering the way that it has to be staged here in Texas as far as the lending requirements. So I went ahead and sold that one. And I'm like, well, man, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to get a bigger payout and keep moving forward. But I found that it's not so easy to do back-to-back deals. You have to have something to keep you floating in the middle. Because while you're putting all that money out, you need to have money coming in too. And I was like, well, there's a couple of guys that's in here that's doing this work. Let me talk with these guys and see if we can get some type of partnership. And what's crazy is my GC ended up going to jail, and I had to take
Wow.
over a job. And I'm like, this is not that hard. It kind of laid out the framework for me. And I kind of, the crews that was working out there, they're like, well, yeah, we'll finish the job. And they just became a long-term crew. And for me, and I just go to different sites as I see people doing work. Hey, well, who you guys work for? Um, and just talk with them and kind of look at the work they're doing and give them little jobs and stretch it out, see if they do bigger jobs and all that. And it just kind of ran with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. It seems like, I mean, you're able to really seamlessly grasp a lot of areas of the business. I would love to talk about maybe the parts that weren't so pretty and maybe something that you learned from early on.
Well, I'm making this sound easy, but but it was not easy at the time. Yeah, I went through some heartache. I mean, that first property was part of a 5 property deal. And it had all types of problems with it. The properties wasn't worth anything. They were in bad shape. They all had back taxes. Nobody wanted them. And so I had to get real creative with that contract with the owner. And they didn't want nothing to do with it because it's just a huge debt for them that they have to pay. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I get you some money out of it, get you about 40 G's. And if we can do that, will you be fine selling me all of these properties just for the back taxes? And they were like, oh, that's excellent, sure. And so I just had to find a way to disposition all 5 of them properties. So, I flipped one, did a seller financing with the other one. We assigned a few, and so it worked out. But
Yeah.
every property had a lot of problems. One property, the land was owned by a different person than the actual structure.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it's just stuff like that that you run into, and getting through it, you learn a lot. You learn a lot every time.
Absolutely. And I think that something you do really well is, I mean, you probably learn quickly because you jump into opportunities really well. It doesn't seem like you, um, I mean, maybe there's hesitation. It seems like you're very proactive in jumping towards an opportunity. I'd love for you to kind of talk more about that and your mindset with that.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, because I figure it just seemed like it wasn't that hard, and then it's like once you get so invested in it, well, I'm not about to lose this money, you know.
Right.
I refuse to fail at this. So, how are we gonna get through this? We're not gonna stop, in the middle just because it got hard.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the way I go at everything. It had if somebody else did it, that means it's possible, and so I can do it too. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the way I look at everything. And some of that is the military mindset too. It's like, it's not, failing is not an option,
Right.
because I didn't have any other job, so this is the only thing I could do to make money. And
Yeah.
at that point in time, I was like, well, I'm not about to be homeless, so
Right.
uh, yeah, I definitely tried my best. And yeah, it's some late nights. I mean, I sat up here, say with Propelio Academy, watching those videos until literally, I hit the keyboard,
Yeah.
and I wake up the next morning and go try something out. And I talked to some people about something I had a question about, just one small aspect of it. And I'm taking notes on everything, and I kept this little book. I mean, with just all the little things that had like questions and answers. And eventually I started remembering it, and didn't have to look back in the book anymore. So yeah, I just tried to stay organized and keep moving forward all the time.
Yeah. You really do reach a point where you have so much in it that you can't really go back. You got to keep pushing through it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And really, I believe in teamwork. Like I said, like I have no problem asking for help, from people that know. And you could tell I bother some people. When I first started out, and I learned that because I didn't get to that point now to where, people come and ask you a lot of questions. They're not really bringing no value to you. And what I decided was that instead of me just coming to ask you to give me free advice, I said, what can I do for you? What can I do to make your job easier? Is it something you don't want to do that is maybe complicated or something that you might want me to do? And a lot of people say, I don't want to deal with these properties because they got so many title issues. Okay, let me see what I can do, and you just go for the hard stuff first and everything else is easy.
Right. Absolutely. That I mean, that's a great perspective on it. And I think that networking is so important in this industry. And kind of what are your tips? Because I think a lot of people feel annoying reaching out to people and they have some hesitation with that. What's your mindset with all of that?
I got over it.
Yeah.
I got yeah, and I do. I bother a lot of people, because I say bother, but it just I feel like I'm bothering people if I'm calling you and I
Right.
don't have something to bring to you.
Right.
But I still have this burning question that I really need to ask. So I try to be interesting too. Like, hey, I got this unique problem. Do you want to hear about it? If it's interesting and we can chat about it, I try to find other people that's kind of nerdy like me that
Yeah.
like to talk about things like that. So
Mhm.
look for people that's kind of like yourself, because honestly, we do business with people that we like, you
Yeah.
know, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, if you really annoy me, I'm probably not gonna work with you too much,
Yeah.
So, and I figure I'm the same way. Hey, if this person gets annoyed by me, we're probably not gonna do a lot of work together.
Right. Yeah. And I
Mhm.
think also, like, I think we underestimate people do want to help other people. People
Mhm.
aren't immediately put off by the idea of helping somebody.
Mhm. Yes, indeed. Yes,
So,
indeed. And I noticed that the more I help people, it comes back, because I helped a
right.
few people start wholesaling. The first couple of deals, I take like 50% because I did most of the work on it,
Mhm.
and then after that, they go off on their own, but they still call me back, every
Yeah.
now and then. Hey, I got this little issue, can you help me with that? And every now and then, I don't want to deal with this. This is too complicated. Here, take this one. and it's right up my alley. It's this type of stuff you deal with. So
Yeah,
it works, it's keep at it.
definitely. And talk about kind of where you're at now. I know that you just acquired, a big property and you're from there, a landscaping company. So you got even more going on. So talk about that.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I just kind of fell into it. I had the owner of a cemetery called me. It was in horrible shape, and I've been calling myself the property problem solver from what I was doing in real estate.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah.
she was just like, "Hey, man, this grass is out of control. Uh, we upside down as a company. Most of the owners have died off, and we just mismanaged, And I'm like, well, I haven't been cutting grass, but let me come take a look. So I took a look. I'm like, I probably can make these numbers work, like how much y'all paying for it, And they really wasn't paying enough to cut the grass, but it was money, So I'm like, I'm not turning down that money. So I got some commercial equipment uh, through my contracting accounts, picked that up and started cutting grass. And the next year, I kind of like, hey, do you guys even want this company? And nobody, they didn't really want to deal with it. And so sure, we'll go ahead and sell it to you. I ended up buying that on the note. The money that I was making cutting the grass, and when they had cut my salary in half, and say I'm gonna go ahead and pay it off within a year, and then let me become the full owner of it. And from there, I just started a landscaping company to supplement that for the money that I was missing. So
Wow.
uh, yeah. It kind of worked out, and like I say, it was an opportunity. I'm like, hey, I never owned a cemetery before. People got to die, you know, and I feel like I can branch out and get some more land, and which I'm uniquely suited to do at this point,
Yeah.
and can kind of continue on with that.
Yeah. I think with the cemetery, it's like the one industry that's always protected. It's never
Hmm.
gonna
Hmm.
stop happening. So, I mean, it
And
seems
at
like
the same time, this is my hometown, and
yeah.
they were in bad shape. But these are historically Black cemeteries. They just haven't been taken care of. And I felt like I wouldn't mind, because a cemetery, you never stop taking care of a cemetery.
Right.
You're just a caretaker for a certain amount of time. And so I'm like, well, during my time, I wanted to become nice, and something that people would like to go visit versus being an eyesore. And
Mhm.
and man, we've been back and forth with it. We get so many complaints because it's just in such it's whole,
Yeah.
and a lot of things are broken, and you're working on getting it fixed, and so we get a lot of calls about it. But it's definitely looking better than it did when I got it, and now it's making money. You know?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
mhm.
amazing. I mean, I am sure that's pretty gratifying too.
A little bit until and I'm trying to wait till this really, you know, one of those things that's prideful to go look at. You really feel nice going there, but right now it looks decent, and
Yeah.
so I'm satisfied with it now. But I want to do a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's
Mhm.
really inspiring how you're able to just kind of hop into various parts of the business. And I think that, it shows your adaptability, but then also like just like tenacity and not taking no for an answer. And I'd love for you to talk about how this kind of going after different parts of the industry, how this can kind of protect you through market up and downs.
That's exactly my goal. I was trying to diversify and
Mhm.
not just get stuck in one area. Because
Mhm.
I see some guys that they was only doing flips, and it's like they didn't understand the acquisitions process, and so they were relying on other people to bring them properties, and you can't really, unless you buy right, the deal's not gonna be right. And
Yeah.
relying on wholesalers to bring you a deal, of course, they taking a big cut.
Yeah.
And so if I find them myself, it's not a problem. Now I can put the package together, and I can either sell that package to somebody else, or I could take the deal myself.
Mhm.
And like I said, I just want to be maybe a transaction engineer to where everything come at me, just throw it at me, we'll figure it out and we'll make money, you know.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
That's what
So I'd
goes.
love for you to talk about, kind of to wrap this up, because I think you've given a lot of great inspiration to people. What would be something that you wish you learned earlier in your career that maybe you can share with people now?
Um, I wish I had learned how to maybe mm, I think network even more. Because I
Okay.
mean I network, but it's honestly I'm an introvert that plays an extrovert.
Mm.
'Cause I
Oh.
really don't want to be bothered, but I got to. It's part of the job. And so I wish I had started uh like more of a concerted effort toward networking, because right now I reach out to everybody. If I see that you're doing something that I want to know about, I'm reaching out to you, talk to you, see if we can mesh some kind of way or collaborate in some kind of way. And I want to bring value to you, and it's kind of hard because I guess you see so many people that's wanting to take without give. But
Right.
initially I'm coming with the, hey, what can I do for you?
Right.
Because I can see what you can do for me. What can I do for you?
Hmm.
And it seems to get me a lot of people I can work with,
Definitely.
solving a problem for them.
Mhm. I think that
Mhm.
that's, the perfect way to do it. I think that's a great way to build up your network and your credibility and, people trust you at that point. Well, I think this has been really inspirational for people. Please tell everybody where to find you, how to work with you.
Now I am a dinosaur when it comes to social media, but if you look for me, MJ Mott. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. You're gonna see some corny jokes up in there. And I'm a nerd, so you're gonna see maybe some about farming or something. But look me up, every now and then I drop some gems in there too, in the midst of me being corny. Uh, MJ Mott, Formic Holdings is my company. You can look that up and it'll pop up too. Kind of see what we're doing. And I'm really trying to get a good video editor and somebody to make this social media pop. But
Mhm.
as of right now, it's still in its infancy, because it's only me. And I just post pictures and videos, and it's just me talking.
Yeah. No, that's great though. That's a great way to get out there and share information.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I really, I think what you're doing in the industry is really exciting and I mean, you're just such an impressive person.
Well, I sure appreciate the opportunity. Like I said, I don't get a lot of opportunities to talk, in the podcast setting. So this is another thing. Hey, I'm networking right now.
Yes. Amazing.
Mm.
Well, everyone, please check out MJ online. And we hope that you learned a lot from this episode, got some inspiration for your own business, and we'll see you back next time. Bye.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I sure appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.